Artur Beterbiev says that if Benavidez wants to move up and fight, no problem. Of course, you know what I'm saying, for me. And that's definitely huge news, knowing that Beterbiev has a long he has a lot of time left, but not a lot, because he's an older man, and I feel like he's still at a level where could be considered a prime level, even though he's 38. Uh, that's somebody who's pretty high at what he's done right now as far as skill set, skill level. But he would definitely consider Benavidez fight. And what I've told people lately over the course of 2 months with my videos, Benavidez and Beterbiev is a fight that haven't been discussed, but it's definitely something that can be it can end up being the pinnacle of boxing because if Canelo was to do his end of the bargain on a fight with Benavidez, then let's just say hypothetically Benavidez wins, and let's just say hypothetically Beterbiev wins at the 175, then they could fight both for undisputed at 168 and 75 at the same time. But with things going the way they do and with the boxing politics and business, I don't think that they'll let Canelo get to the point where he'll have to relinquish the belts because a lot of the mandatories already right now have been circling him as far as with David Morrell. He has a lot of overdue mandatories and basically guys going around him and leapfrogging him for Canelo fights. And you have Benavidez in the same situation. You've had guys like Andrade and Charlo at 60. Just different things like that over the course of the last couple of divisions. So at this point now, I feel like boxing is taking a turn right now as far as guys are trying to build a legacy on their own, which Canelo has said before. He wants to just fight his own fights and fight the big fights that he wants to be considered top fights, and he doesn't want to be considered someone who's just gonna have guys waiting around and fighting him or looking for an opportunity or a payday. So right now, I feel like Bivol and Beterbiev can definitely try to make it seem, put it at a level now where guys are considered top guys, you know what I'm saying, as far as in history of boxing. Right now, I would consider them possible Hall of Famers, all of them, but um, fights between them would be definitely something that would solidify this era because before, it's not a lot of guys that were top guys that really fought each other. So at this level right now, I think that would kind of change how people look at this era of boxing because lately a lot of people haven't really been putting themselves in a position where we can consider this era the top, the cream of the crop, just everything that we've been wishing and wanting. But hopefully soon we can definitely find out. But I think Beterbiev, he's putting himself in a position now where he can be considered one of the best, if not the best, because with just the knockout streak he has and the different opponents he's fought lately, the age he's doing it, it's kind of clearing out the division. I don't know if he would consider moving up or anything like that. He has said he would consider moving up, which is something that was shocking to me, but definitely something he said he would consider doing. But right now, if guys like Benavidez would want to move up, that definitely would be a great fight. Um, so I mean, without Canelo, I don't think Canelo, if he's not gonna fight Bivol, the Benavidez Beterbiev fights for Canelo wouldn't even be an option. So Benavidez, Bivol, Beterbiev, I think those guys will all try to fight each other in different ways, whether it'll be just Benavidez fight both or just one, but those are definitely options. Uh, Benavidez said Bivol, so he's definitely uh, keeping an eye on that. But I feel like Bivol will fight Beterbiev first before he fight Benavidez. So I think if Benavidez was to fight those guys, it would be possibly the winner. But I think Beterbiev putting himself in position now where he's the guy to be hunted. But a lot of people don't want to hunt him because he's very dangerous. Even for Benavidez, even though I'm a Benavidez fan, and if I was to choose a side or choose a favorite, just not off the just off of the fighter's name, I would go with Benavidez. But Beterbiev is a way harder fighter than as far as the style wise for Bivol than Bivol. I would consider Bivol a better boxer, but as far as skill wise and set, but that doesn't mean he can beat Beterbiev. So that's definitely something I look at and I can say, it's kind of a harder challenge. You know what I'm saying? So for Benavidez, I would consider that his biggest challenge. But Beterbiev, he said, no problem. He'll definitely take that challenge for Benavidez to come up. If Benavidez wants to come up and fight, he'll accept it. That's not something that's really hard to do. It's just that promoters have to be willing to work with each other. A lot of these guys don't want to try to sacrifice the guys who making a lot of money right now, bringing in big gates and a lot of pay-per-views. Putting together a fight for Canelo it's pretty difficult these days because he's getting towards the end of his run. You know what I'm saying? He can't do this forever, and a lot of these fights now got to be calculated and put together well, and it has to be marketed well. You don't want to be in there with a nobody, but a few fights he has been in there with a couple of guys that fans haven't recognized. So I don't want to look at that as an option. But with Beterbiev, I feel like if he does beat Bivol, Benavidez would have to consider him. I think the fans would kind of try to use that as a roadblock because a lot of people they say they like Benavidez, but not really. They only like Benavidez to block certain people that try to get the Canelo. But that's why the Bivol and Benavidez fight is such a big thing now. Even though he has been talking about this fight for a long time now the fans want to talk about it. But Beterbiev, he's ready to take on all challengers. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely gonna be 39 in January. But he's gonna have a fight coming up. We're gonna see how he is. I think he's definitely still at that level, but time will only tell. But Benavidez would definitely consider that. But right now, a lot of things have to happen. There's a lot of fights still on the table, but that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.